All right, let's continue. I've been getting stuff done. Let's start back here at the MAM. Hey, MAM. Megafauna. This is all unlocked. We got the medical inhaler, structural analysis to get the rebar gun and rebar ammunition. We already got that. 6 inventory slots. Alien technology, nowhere on this. Caterium, blazing through this. I think on the last video we bought the Power Poles Mark II, and then I went ahead and bought the AI limiter. And you might be asking yourself, how do you need that? You need copper sheets. How are you making that? When you're out running around, you're going to come across other crash sites that have scattered debris, and you can pick some of that stuff up. And just run across it. So I found a couple of them. Nutrient processor I have not unlocked. Power slugs, I went ahead and bought this, so now we can scan for blue slugs. I did find a yellow one. I know where it is, but I didn't pick it up yet. Quartz, blasting through this. I got the crystal oscillator. We got the shattered rebar unlocked. I got the runner legs. We all knew that. So one of the next things is to make the car, one of the cars, the little buggy, so we can zip around a little faster. But I need 10 oscillators, crystal oscillators, and 10 or 100 modular frames. Neither of which I'm set up to make. Sulfur, I just unlocked black powder. I was kind of working towards this, but I need modular frames, and I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of handcrafting things. So I am totally in the mindset of stop, rebuild everything. So we have portable miners unlocked, chainsaw, our object scanner, we have zip liner, we have blade runners, I have xenoblaster. I made a rebar gun and some ammunition, but we have stun rebar and shatter rebar. Ammunition, I don't really know. Launching deadly debris with widespread but limited range. Stun rebar electrocutes target on impact, stunning it for a short time, 5 seconds. And then this is gonna do some damage. It doesn't really say how much. 15 per minute. And then we can make black powder if we want to. We need sulfur and coal. I don't have a sulfur mining spot yet. And these protein inhalers fully restores health when used. Equipment slot hand. It takes protein, animal proteins, and nuts. Both of those I have in spades, but I'm just like, I don't really need it just yet. So I'm just kind of hanging out. And I've decided to sort all of the unique items over here. I found another summer sloop and a couple more of these Mercer spheres, although I don't know exactly what to do with them yet. And over here is just parts. Just got parts in there and resources over here. Let's get rid of those two. Let's put them away. I did go into the shop because I had 18 tickets and I went ahead and bought a bunch of stuff. Where's my favorites? I bought everything that's grayed out. So we have the conveyor lift floor hole, which lets us more aesthetically pleasingly pass supplies through floors and roofs. The conveyor ceiling mount, the wall mount, wall power sockets instead of poles. I unlocked the factory ladder. And then conveyor walls where we can pass belts through walls, some doors desperately needed. And then I got these signs. So we can make some signs. Kind of regretting some of that. I really wish I would have bought some more of this, but it was five tickets each for these catwalks. We'll get them. I went and dumped a bunch more stuff into. It's already being used. I also found this. There's a little kiosk on the front. One ticket. That's not going to do. We need more tickets. So what I thought I would do, let's go ahead and delete these. If you hold control or tap control, it'll select multiples that you can delete at the same time. You got to be careful because it'll grab whatever it can see, and that includes critical machinery. So what I've done is I've extended the floor out just a little bit and upgraded some of these to Mark IIs. Copper, I don't need Mark II belts for that right now. But then I went ahead, I'm starting to pass these up into floor. You probably can't see it there. So we'll go upstairs. Let's use the door. And our power poles, these are going to be really handy. So what you can do with this is I've got number 6 right here, and I can put that here. And what that does is it puts a power access point here and on the other side. So now I can run a line from there. I hit 2, grab some power, and I can run it along the wall. And it just helps it look a little cleaner. I mean, it's on the inside. I really don't care, but I don't have giant poles sticking out everywhere, right? I'm supplying power from this point to that point and then up into our first level. And then I've already started to lay this out. But with those floors, see how nicely it just sits right there? See if I can find where I put them. Here we go, 5. So, you can put these all over, and it's a nicer pass through from ceiling to floor. These go up or down. This is just a hole. But I have all of these coming up so far, and I've got all the resources coming up. So we've got our limestone and our, is this iron and then copper. And so what I want to do is create a line that's expandable for concrete. So what I can do here is, let's get up. Let's see if we can make a little more sense of where my brain is at with some of these. So I have these at the end, and I'm feeding into 2 constructors that are making concrete, and they're going to pass out at the end. And what this allows me to do is if I need to add a little more production, I can just plug this in here, get a splitter to feed in, and then a merger to feed out on the output line. And that lets me scale up a little bit to make more concrete as I might want to add. And I'm going to do the same thing here with iron. I've started this on the right side, and I left some room so that I can pass these along and just give myself a little bit of extra room. So I got 2 smelters here that's going to feed 4 constructors. And so I have the 2 down here. I'm not exactly sure I like where all of this stuff is laying out, but if I hit, oops, I'm on the wrong thing here. Oops, come on. So I got electricity coming there. We're gonna have to pass it down this way. It's fine. And then this can just come into here. That's fine. And then we can power this and power that. So everything's got power. 30, this can produce 20 plates. So 30, that's one of these. This is going to intake 30 and output 30. So that's going to saturate those 2. And that's just iron plates. I just wanted it. I don't know exact. This is going to change, I guarantee. this is all going to change at some point. I'm going to be like, nope, don't like how this is laying out. And then I want 2 of these to be rods, right? And yep, I kind of knew it. All right, let's bring this down 3. And I don't want to go too far out. Let's just drop it there. Zip it around. Hit a splitter here and a splitter there. 3. Drop it in. Drop it in. And I can grab power off of that. 2, 3, 4. So that's all that's got to say. So we got plates here. One of these is going to be rods, and then the other one, I mean, we'll just feed out rods, and then we can pick up another one. Let's do this, right? Because it's going to output 15 rods per minute. And if I stamp down another constructor, let's just line it up right there. And then hit screws. This takes 10 and it outputs 40. That's not going to be enough. That's not going to be enough. We determined that 1, 2, 3 was the rod placement. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and throw down another smelter and a splitter. And some more power. We're going to make this iron ingot. And we have a merger. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, this should, but you see how that works? Look at that. We just added another line, another output right there. So 1, that's going to be 2. And then it's fine. We'll delete this. And I need to have 2 more. Right? 1, 2. And let's drag another pole down here. Stick it there, stick it there. See how this is working. We need rods, 1, 2 rods. So we're gonna have 4 rods. It needs to wrap around. We'll put that there. This isn't going to be perfect, but I'm not going to be in here very often. So 7 is a splitter. Can't fit it right there. So this one's going to be just a hair cattywampus. Off center, if you will. We're going to connect it from there to there to there to there. That'll work. And then this is where we need 3 more. How do I want to do that? Yeah. Production constructors. Let's put them down just a smidge. Let's line them up. There's going to be screws, screws, and screws. So what I can do is just simply output straight into there. We'll put a splitter. No, we need a merger. Merger. Oops, the right button here. A merger. Let's put the merger in the middle-ish there. Well, this, merge them onto one plate. They're going into there. And then I need a splitter to go here. Let's just click it there. Hit 3 to wrap in. Right angles. Hit another splitter. Control to line it up. 3. Get the right 3. Bang, there you go. And let's get another hole here. So 2 power. Bring it all the way down to here. There we go. Okay, that's set for screws. That's set for screws. That's set for screws. So we have 2. Let's bring this out. Six is a merger. Put that there. And that there in the center. So that we can just connect them like that. And let's get up and take a look at what we're doing here. I know this is the fun part of doing a 3-dimensional. Hey, cables, what's up? So these 2 are rods. These 2 are plates. These 2 are rods feeding into these 3 screws. And let's get this out. So I hit 3. And let's just have it come right down into here. Have our merger at 6. And a merger. There we go. So that's all coming out. That's all coming out. And then let's line some of this stuff up a little better. I don't know exactly where I want it to go. But let's just let's get this to a 90-degree angle. And another 90-degree angle. For now, we'll just have it come out here. Yeah, that'll work. Oh yeah, we have, this is leftovers. What is this? Iron. Let's tighten this up just a hair. There we go. Because it doesn't need to split. It just needs to go there. And this is output. This is concrete. This is going to go into its own bucket. Okay, so that is all of our iron components. And I think what I want to do, let's take a look at it from above. I think I want all of the iron, core iron, done on this level. Yep, and that'll leave us room for expanding. That will leave us room for expanding. Now, what I want to do now is have this stuff go up to the next level. So these need to go away. These need to go away. I don't want to leave the holes. I want to pass materials through there. So we have copper. Copper needs to go up too. That's fine. So the other thing you need to do is figure out how tall you want your levels to be. 2 will work. Let's get on 2. 2 levels will work just fine. I tend to go 3 to give myself just a little bit of extra space. So if you go into walls, you can click this down. Click the zoop function works amazingly well. We can zoop it in any direction. And so now when I zoop this, I mean, we're burning through material, but that's okay. At the beginning, you're going to, when you do a factory like this, you're just going to. But what this is doing is letting me have a lot more space so that my light poles don't poke through the floors. And that is fine. So now what I want to do is go into 3 and select this, zoop it. Oh, it got zooped. And so then what I can do is my thought process. I can take 5 because we're going to pass. We want this copper to go up another level. And I think 6 is the mark 1s. And if I just click and it automatically snaps to there, it'll automatically snap to there. Now, one of the things I can do is take my ladder, now that I have some, and zoop it up. So now I can, for now, just fall on my feet. I can come up here. There we go. Now we're on the 2nd floor, kind of quick and dirty. And then from here, I can add more floors, do whatever I need to. Not sure how far out that goes. Right? And we can zoop. I zoop too far. There we go. This is also where walls come into place because I don't want to fall off and die. So I typically will just do like the outskirts first. Let's have it build at least one more level up so that as I'm running around up here, I don't I don't fall off the edge and die. So there's a lot of concrete and iron plates that are being used. If I come up here to 5 is the other 5. Bring it up one level. There we go. And so now copper. Do I want that? No, I want it on the floor. So copper will come in here and I can just bring it out so I can see what I'm dealing with. Copper, okay? Now, this isn't actually running yet. I don't have it plugged into anything, so let's do that. Let's take a cable, and run it to this. Here we go. We're going to have to manually select the cable. It's 7. And I still got the cable selected, so I know it's ugly. We just run it here for now. I just want to get stuff going. So if we come back up here, we should see green lights, and we do. We got product moving. Looking great. Let's upgrade some of this stuff. Logistics, conveyor belt 2. Oops. Conveyor belt up. Get it going. Get it going. And then I need to go down to... Okay, this is all Mark II. You can tell because it's got one light. That's Mark II. Where are we? 5. Highlight it. Let's get it going. Wait. I think I just downgraded it. There we go. Now it's going faster. There's really no indicator on these unless you just go to it and check it out. But I want this limestone going because I want to start making a ton of concrete. Because now that I have in my brain an idea of what I want to do, it's going to take a lot of resources. Now, as I dismantled everything that was already here, I just shoved it into these buckets or these storages. So I still have a lot of stuff to play around with. Let's grab this rebar bullets. But I still have lots of concrete here. Let's grab that just so I don't forget about it. And then above it, you can stack these. I still have lots of plates. Let's get those plates, rods, grab a couple of screws. Okay. And you can just climb all the way up on top of your storage. Cool. So there we go. We've got concrete going. We have these running. It's splitting off. I don't think conveyor belt 2. I think everything else is Mark 2. But this is not going to saturate these 3, but I just need to get product going. This is what I want to see on the outbound. In fact, I want the outbound to be Mark 2 as well, because I want this stuff flying out of there into the next thing. Maybe not directly in, but it'll definitely here. Okay. So everything going in, it's backed up. This is what I want to see. Unfortunately, and I know there's probably somebody out there saying, you're not balancing your belts correctly, Aaron. You should know this. You're a Factorio player. You play these factory games. You need to balance it. It's fine. All that means is that we have 100% coming in, and it's going to split each direction. So it's going to take half of what's coming in and shoot it this way, and take the other half and stick it forward. But what you really want to do is have a third belt come in and feed back into the main bus. I'm not critical, because you see it's taken half, and then it's taken half of half, so it's taken a quarter, and this is taking half of a half of a half. So the further down you go, you're really going to be starving for material. But I don't think it's going to take too long for this to fill up to 100, and then this is going to be backed up, and then it'll start shooting stuff down the line. And it won't take long for everything to get backlogged anyway, so it's okay. All right, we'll just build it that far. I know it's kind of scary. As soon as you say go build, you can run on the empty air. But it is a tad scary. Let's go here, hit 1. Now we do have the color wheel now too. So if we wanted to, we could color each level and have it be fun. We'll get there. Where are we at here? 28 minutes. So what I need to do, I'm not so worried about this side having a wall just yet, because I'm only 1 floor up. But so now that we have this stuff being produced, you can see that it's backlogged into this area. So the other thing I want to have an input up, and I want an output down. So if we come down here, and I just arbitrarily, I didn't count this out. I just picked a number and went with it. I just said, hey, go this far. So if I come here, I should be able to sloop that out and then sloop this out. I don't know how far that goes. We're going to find out. Junk. So it goes that far. Let's hit F, Control to delete it. And then I can come up into 10 and do a wall all the way up. That way I can kind of see where my edges are. I like edges. Nothing wrong with some edges. I'll go up. There we go. Just kind of box it off a little bit. Let's go here. We can delete these. And let's add a door. Right. Just starting to frame things out, because what I want to do is have down puts. I don't know if that's a word. That's what I'm using. We're just gonna put some holes here. I think there 1, 2. We've got 4 products, so we can put four drops down. And I want this whole side to be the mall. This is where I'm gonna come to go pick up materials to build other things. So I definitely need to sloop out some more floors. I got plenty. We got thousands of concrete and thousands of things. So we'll just go ahead here and drop this out. I guess we're going to just do the walls this way, sloop it so I don't fall off. Sloop it that way. Get some more. Turns red when you can't go any further. You just come back a hair. Singles, you just double click. There. It didn't take very long. And we got our floor. So we'll come in here. And let's wall this off some more. Hit walls. I'm just going to sloop this down into its own thing. So how do I want this to run? They're going to come down. And I want a couple of aisles of things. And let's give ourselves some space. There's no reason to cramp our style here. Let's make this the middle. And we can hit 7. Let's start in the middle. And I don't know if I want to, like, have them smashed. Right now we're just laying stuff down, right? Oops. That was the wrong direction. Gotta flip it around. We got plenty of space to go up. That's not a problem. So there's this way of doing it. Right? Or, because I can just come in here and say, hey, gimme. That is going to require that I put signage up. Let's take a look at those real quick. So if I come in here to architecture, foundations, organization, I can put a sign up here. What do I need? Crystal quartz. Okay, let's go get some crystal quartz. I've found some. Is it here? It is here. I got 5. But I think I got more crystal that we can make crystal quartz out of. Let's just make some. Take a sip of that soda. It's delicious. Okay. That's some quartz. And now that we have our quartz, let's go back in here because you can put we can put signs on all these. This is one way of doing the organization that I'm thinking about. So we have these signs, we have longer signs, we have label signs, and then we have these square signs, which are really tiny ones, but you can put these at the front like this, or maybe to the side. It's kind of in the way. So then you would come into here and say, you can give it a color and select the icon. Say for parts, this is where we got rods. We can select that icon, and there we go. So this is one way of doing things, and we can even put some text here. Where's our text? Set text here. This will be iron plates. We got to select the correct icon. There we go. Select it. We can do the matte or glossy. We can do whatever we want. So that'll say iron plate. So this is one way of doing it, but then I'm going to have to read. It blocks the lights. The other way is to, let's clear these off. And if I go look at the walls that we purchased, we could do something like this, where we put it here so that we can come grab it. But then we would also have a belt. We would also have a belt that would feed into, oops, get it going the right way here. So I would have a belt coming in for the product, and then I would have a splitter on here. A splitter there, and then a belt that runs just out here. That way you can see visually what's in this container. I don't know if I like that. It's going to take up a lot of space. It takes up twice the space. Don't know that I like that. And I don't think I can fit two. Can I fit two here? I don't think I can. It's not going to let me. This one just kind of feels more aesthetically pleasing because then we can wall everything off and just have. And then if I want to, we could put a sign here. Tells you what it is. Rotate it correctly, obviously. I don't know. I've always just done this. Just because it's more compact. This uses a lot more resources. And takes up far more space. Because, like, look, we're going to come to walls, lay this down, and sloop it. I'm going to have to walk forever to get my products. Not 100% sure I like that. And I'm going to have to count. Whereas this, the text is easy to find. I just got to run down till I find what I'm looking for. Grab it and go. I'm going to go with this method for now. And we're going to use the first sign because it's compact. Well, let's use the second one. It's a little bit longer. Some of these are going to have longer names. So we'll use the sign, right? So another thing we can do is, I want walls. I'm going to wall this off too with a door on that side. Because I don't want to see this mess we're about to make. I don't want to see it. I don't even want to see it. We are about to make a mess. Let's go up. And we can go over. Zoop it. And I also want to zoop it this way because I think this is a good opportunity since we're going to be making a mess back here because I want to route all this stuff behind walls, or we can route it along the walls and hide it so we can't really see all that much. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. And this is going to be ugly, which is one of the reasons I want to hide it. So we're going to have 5 come down. We'll just use a Mark 1. This is going to come down. And then what you can do is just hit a belt. And if you have it go along the wall, it'll automatically put wall mounts as far as it can, which is what I want it to do. Bang. It's all right angled. Everything's looking sassy and great. So, so that's how I think I want to do that. Well, this is a way to do that. And I'm just going to bring them all down. I'm not going to sit here and try and make it look beautiful for the world. When you do this, you do it your way. You do it however you want. But I am going to... Belt's too steep. What? All right, let's hit R. So we clip. And that one can go there. And that one can go there. And that one just right up above it. So this is an effective use of build 5 kilometers of conveyor belt. Okay. That's an effective use of these kinds of wall hugging belts. And we're just going to drag it. Click and drag. Click and drag. Click and drag, and then we can just make it even uglier. Who cares? This is just to fill our storage buckets. All right, let's get a couple more of these down. Flip it around. And let's get the labels up. Make one doink, doink, doink. There we go. And we were on 3. Why doesn't it like that? Conveyor belt's too steep. Okay. Can I bring it down to the floor? Nope, still too steep. Let's hit R. There we go. There. Now we have lines coming down. And so what I want to do, we have to go back up. Here, we can even sloop this, make it look even better. Can I not sloop it this way? There we go. Really hiding it. Okay, well, let's turn the lights on, Aaron. I mean, it looks like a nightmare back here. And that's okay. Because I'm not going to use it. They're clipping, they're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. This is fine. This is fine. And so now what I want to do on level 1, and we'll make elevators and all this stuff, is I'm going to have to route these belts into the appropriate, or at least a... Let's get some so I don't fall off. There we go. And because the bottom already has a thing down, I think we should be able to just hit 5. And it's the arrows are already pointing. So double click, double click. Let's do that for now, because we're making 4 products here. And that is just fine. So let's take this and hit R, because I want it to come down here. There we go. It's going to go this far. Just going to have it come right in to here. It doesn't really like that so much. So we'll hit R, just have it gently slope in. It's not 100% perfect. That's okay. That's okay. And then this is the output. Nope, I don't want that. That's ingots. I think everything else is right here. So let's have it come into there. I'm out of plates, ironically. Just using like the basic plates. Grab whatever's in here. Basic plate. This is all you need for the Mark 1. I think is just plates. And I just want to get it laid out. This can all be upgraded later. Okay, there's that one. Take this and route it to over here. Have that go down. And then screws is the last one. Can I have it follow some kind of similar pattern? Cool. Now, it's just going to make these. It's going to slowly deliver them downstairs to our mall. So now when I need something, I'm going to come into the mall. I'm going to go into the mall. And I'm going to pick this up. So I'm going to wait till there's product in here before I label things, because I don't care what order they're in. I just want them in boxes. You know what I'm saying? So here comes some stuff already. And it's taking its time. This is fine. Just let it slowly build up. I have a bunch of exploring to do. I have the other factories that need to be made. I have tons of things that I need to do. So this slow buildup is just fine for me. So we'll come back here in a minute. What are we at? 48 minutes. We'll come back here in a minute. Let's go see if we have any more tickets. I just have 1 DNA points. I don't have any of that. There's the door.